What's up, everybody? It's Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar on a track, back at it again. What's up, guys? I want to first acknowledge the customers of the AfricanSuperstar.com. Big shout outs to you guys. Thank you so much for shopping with us. We're going on 3 years of business. If you have not been to my website, it is www.theafricansuperstar.com. We do worldwide shipping. So head on over and support your girl. Yes. Also, big shout outs to our members only who are designated by the circle next to their name. Big shout outs also to those of you who have been supporting our music project, our ongoing music project. What's up, Brown Coat Blue? One of the happy customers of the AfricanSuperstar.com. Thank you for being one of the first in the chat room today. I want to talk about this topic. As always, it's motivated by current events. So I want to talk about this. When you guys come in the chat room, please be on code. Hello? Like the stream. Yes. And leave me something in the chat so I may greet you. You can also support the stream, share the stream, whatever. Subscribe to our channel so that you won't miss further discussions. The title of this live stream is We Work So Hard. We work so hard to be abroad, to go abroad, to live abroad. And when it comes to our homeland, all we have is excuses. Big shout outs. What's up to Eternal Blossom? Thank you for showing up in the live stream. She missed last night. She was like, yo, you got to let me know when you're going live. So there you go. And I want to talk about this because I believe that, you know, your life and your contributions is comprised of your energy. Okay. And when we become adults, especially, and we become self-aware, we need to be very conscious of how we are spending our time and energy. And if there are things that we want to accomplish, we need to make sure that we're directing our energy on that thing. What I see a lot happening with our people is we are utilizing our energy and resources elsewhere, and expecting change and growth in somewhere that we're not investing, and somewhere that we're not putting our energy to or our care concern. Okay. When it comes to going abroad, and many African migrants can attest to this, you know, people will go to great lengths to go abroad. They will spend big money. You know, I know some people, they do these arrangements. They do like fake marriages and all this kind of stuff. They pay $10,000, $15,000 just to get their immigration sorted out. You know, obviously, when you are living on a continent and you want to go abroad, you know, the foreign currencies sometimes are 3, 4, 5 times the amount of your local currency. So the money that you raise and the money that you spend, you know, is excessive to go out there. Some people, the traveling is crazy. You know, some people travel over the desert if they go through the Sahara Desert. Some people go by sea. They get on these boats. They do all kind of stuff. Okay, they're willing to do whatever. We see the people, the students that were in Ukraine when the war started. Some of them said, hey, I'm not going back home. I'm just going to go ahead and ride out this war here in Ukraine. We are willing to give this extreme amount of effort to utilize the West in a sense. And we're not willing to exert that same kind of effort towards our people in our homeland. But we look at our homeland as defunct. We look at our homeland as developing. We look at our homeland as this, that, this, that. And we want to also put the blame on the leaders for our homeland. We want to absolve ourselves from any responsibility of what's happening. You know, if you are familiar with Ghana, you know that currently what's been talked about here is this cathedral that the president is trying to erect. Okay. And I resolved that the growth and the economic boom that's happening in Ghana is directly correlated to the Ghanaian diaspora. Okay. The Ghanaian diaspora are the ones that are moving this country forward. It's definitely not the leadership, to be honest. Nor would it ever be. Let's be real. Okay. Okay? Real Pan-African leadership is a threat to the continent. Not to the continent, but to the West and the rest of the world. All right? Anytime real Pan-African leadership gets into position, it's eliminated. What that means in layman terms is that those that are in power have been designated to be in power. And those people that are in power are going to have the best interests of foreign nations over their own. Period. Which, in other words, means that if we're going to see any change on this continent, it's in you and me. And you guys, a lot of you guys have exerted extreme effort to be in the West. If it has nothing to do with you traveling to the West, it's you residing in the West. Huh? Going through what you're going through. Suffering. Dealing with racism and violence. Huh? Look what's happening to your children. Being psychologically brainwashed. You're enduring all of that to do what? Be in the West. You want to have this image like you have it all together, like you know what's happening. And it's not the truth if we're honest. We're willing to put all that maximum effort into our lives and images in the West, and we want to give peanuts to the continent. I had a conversation this morning with a friend of mine in Germany. Big shout outs if he sees this. And we had this conversation. You know, he was telling me, oh, you know, sometimes I want to come home, but it's so hard in Ghana and this and that and the other. And I'm like, you know, what we endure in the West, we justify it. Big shout outs. What? Okay, stop the show. Get the lights up. Y'all trying to be funny. Get the lights up. I'll wait. Y'all know the damn code. I mean, for God's sake. Get the likes up. Or if you don't like my content, you shouldn't be on my channel. It's very simple. What's up, family? Tonight I'm talking about we're willing to give maximum effort to the West. We give our lives to the West. We give our money to the West. We raise our kids in the West. We give everything that we have to the West. And then we look back at home and we say, oh my God, Ghana is so backwards. Oh my God, look at what's happening in Nigeria. Oh my goodness, they haven't done this and that. They don't have this and that in Zambia. They don't have this and that in Sierra Leone or whatever. It gotta be up. It got to be up or not. Big shout outs to the family. I see you there. I'm gonna start shout outs in just a minute. So if you're in the room and you want to be greeted, first hit the like button, okay? And then leave your comment in the chat room, okay? We go through a lot, you know? And I know that it takes courage. You know, I was having a conversation with my girlfriend this evening. It takes courage to be real about the fact that even though you have the image that is going on, that it may not really be going on. And it takes courage to step outside of it and say, you know what, I'm going to strive to really have peace in my life and not just appear to have peace in my life. So a lot of us, if we just want to be honest, we're just coexisting in the West. Okay. We're just putting up with it. People have told us we're privileged. People have told us we've got a good life going, and we want to continue to project that, even though for some of us, it's not enough. It's not satisfying. You know, and if you are a proactive person, you understand that all of your movements, okay, all of your actions calculate into tomorrow, which means that you need to be actively working towards your future goals to see them be achieved. That's how it works. Big shout outs to the African Superstar family. Okay, guys, I'm coming through to give shout outs. If you're here, leave me something in the chat room. What's up? Brown Coat Blue is here with us. Yes, yes, yes. Eternal Blossom also in the building. Brown Coat Blue. The topic looks good. The topic is real. You know, we want to give 500% to our lives in the West. We want to give lots of effort. Even though we keep getting knocked down, even though we keep getting offended, you know, we keep experiencing the same things. Those in America have experienced so much racism during the course of their lives, and they just keep on ticking. They're like the old school Energizer Bunny. Okay, they just keep on going, and they get knocked down, and they get back up, and the battery expires, and they get a new battery. We're not willing to give a fraction of that to our own homeland. We're not willing to give a fraction of that to our own people. How many times have you been offended by a non-black person, insulted? Have you ever been called the N-word? Have you ever been undermined at your job? Huh? Has anybody ever stereotyped you, profiled you, any of that stuff? But you don't hold it personal. Huh? You just say, oh, well, you know, Gina, I just gotta forgive. I gotta move on. First situation you have with your own people. First situation you have on the continent. First problem you encounter, you're done. You're finished. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. And I just want to tell you guys, don't have high expectations of things that you're not investing in. Okay, let's say, for instance, big shout out to the family. First trivia question. Let's say, for instance, I was 500 pounds. Okay, now obviously I'm not. You know, the body is banging. Let's say I was 500 pounds. Okay. Now, I have two options. If I want to reduce my weight, I can change my diet and exercise, okay? Or I can do nothing. And at that point, maybe I might gain, maybe I might maintain my 500 pounds. What's the probability of me reducing my weight if I don't do any diet or exercise? Go ahead and put your probabilities in the chat. First trivia question. Because I really want to give an illustration of what we're doing and why we're failing and why we can't have high expectations of our homeland if we're not willing to put ourselves in it. Huh? First trivia question. If I was 500 pounds and I want to reduce weight, but I don't change my diet or exercise, what's the probability of me getting some weight loss? What's the probability? Big shout outs to the family. What's up, Yayo? Darian Robinson, I see you, brother. Thank you so much for stopping by. What's up, family? I asked my first trivia question tonight, which is, what's the probability? Mr. Uganda, I see you there. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, Brown Coat Blue says 0%. Okay, I'm 500 pounds. I don't change my diet. I don't do exercise. I'm not going to get any changes. Okay, Mr. Uganda just gave, you know, a little carrot. Yayo says none. Okay? I give this illustration for you to know that if you are investing your entire life and all your resources in the West, for instance, okay, maybe you send a few $100 or pounds or whatever home a month for your family, you know, whatever. Guess what? Guess what? None. 0%. Carrot. Okay? That's what you can expect from your homeland if you're not willing to put yourself in it. Okay? How about you keep that same energy? Huh? The way that you're able to just keep on coming back from all the obstacles in the West. Why don't you have that same tenacity for your homeland? Why don't you have that same tenacity for your people? Huh? Right now, you know, it's a land grab, at least here in Ghana. I know I can't speak of other places. I haven't traveled the continent recently. But I'm pretty sure it's happening all over the continent. We need to have a concerted effort to preserve our homeland if we care about it. If not, carrot, 0%, none. Simple. Simple. People have invested years of their life trying to go to the West, trying to deal with immigration, trying to do this and trying to do that. What have you contributed to your homeland? You know, at least at night, I can rest assured knowing, Yeah, I don't have a huge operation. I don't have capital. I don't own land here in Ghana. I'm not operating a business currently. But guess what? I live here. Okay, I live here. I pay rent here. I shop here. I eat here. I party here. So I invest to a certain degree. Okay, my very presence being here, I'm contributing to the nation that I love. Okay, and as Ghana grows and as Ghana changes, I can be a part of that and I can enjoy that because I'm part of the transition. But those of you guys are sitting out there doing zero or carrot, Mr. Uganda, that's like the new inside joke on the channel. If you're doing carrot, okay, you can't. And what's going to happen, unfortunately, just being honest with you guys, those of you that are being indifferent and those of you guys that are dragging your feet in regards to the growth and development of the continent, I'm sorry, you're probably going to miss out. Because by the time you get aware, by the time it becomes blatantly obvious to you, you will have missed that window of opportunity because you're busy investing somewhere. Does it really make sense that you invest yourself somewhere that you don't want to be or you don't have future plans? Does it make sense? It makes more sense to invest yourself where you need to be, where you want to be, where you think you have a future or whatnot. Does the West deserve our contributions? I've talked about this before. Does the West deserve our contributions? I don't think so. And for some people, it's a matter of comfort. Okay, they feel, well, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be transitional for me to come back to the continent, for me to do business on the continent, for me to do this and that. Well, listen, those of you guys, Bible people, hello. Is it better to build your house on sand or on stone? Sand or stone? Anybody want to answer? Second trivia question. Is it better to build your house on sand or stone? What's up, family? Big shout out to the African Superstar family. Yes, I'm here, live and in color, to talk this message to you guys tonight because it's too much of this going on. You're willing to do everything to for the West. You're willing. You go through so many challenges. Okay, and then when it comes to your homeland, you got nothing but excuses. You're coming up short. Oh, Gina, it's too hot in Ghana. Oh, the plane tickets too expensive. It's crazy over there. Somebody told me the other day, it's getting crazy over there. There was an armed robbery, blah, blah, blah. And I said, but they're shooting up everywhere in the U.S. Huh? They're shooting everywhere in the U.S. Every bloody place in the U.S. they're shooting. But y'all want to tell me that there was an armed robbery here in Ghana and it is not safe? Big shout outs to you guys. The second trivia question was, is it better to build your house on stone or sand? The appearance of the West, it really gives such a great appearance. Okay? And I think for some people, that's what they struggle to let go of. They struggle to let go of the image of the West, and this perceived prosperity that's available there, that contrasts with the reality of the life that they live there. But I just want to let y'all know, okay? For instance, this here on the continent, this is stone. Africa is the future, and everybody knows it. Okay? What's going on in the West, especially America? America is crumbling. The inflation's out of control. The violence is out of control. It's very obvious the direction that place is going. In other words, sand. You think that it's just going to go back to normal, huh? You think these mass shootings are going to stop some kind of way? You think the prices are just going to go down? You know, you're having cognitive dissonance. My attitude is like, life is difficult. Life is a struggle. I rather struggle in a position where I can eventually escalate and have something than struggle futile. All right? And we got to be real about what we face in the West. Okay? The continent, it comes with its challenges, and it may be difficult for you to transition. And again, this isn't for everybody. All y'all can't come. And even I did a live stream last night. I don't even want all y'all to come. But for the message of those of you that understand what I'm saying here, okay, in regards to where you put your investment. Okay, we got a lot of men in the room right now. So what does a man look like? Okay, he's got 5 children. Let's say me and Prince Ayoko, we have 5 children. All right. You know, he's from Tamale, so they be having a lot of wives, they be having a lot of kids up there. Tamale. Big shout outs to Prince Ayoko. So we have 5 kids. And one day Prince Ayoko decides, you know what, I'm gonna leave this house and I'm gonna go to, you know, Fatima's house. Okay. And I'm gonna just pick up with Fatima. Okay. Everybody would look at Prince Ayoko like, are you okay? You have 5 kids at this house that you're neglecting, and you're going over to Fatima and trying to take care of Fatima. I've given you guys countless illustrations tonight of why it's very foolish of us to keep pouring ourselves into Fatima or keep investing ourselves on quicksand, you know, as Brown Coat Blue has said. Apart from our own household, our own homeland, our own people, our own situation. Those of you migrants out there, oh my God, what, you know, look what's going on in Ghana. It's crazy, this and that. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. If you have any interest in your homeland, you have any interest in your family, okay, you should have an interest in what goes on here. And if you want anything for the future of your homeland, then you got to invest yourself in it, period. Don't give your homeland excuses. Don't give your homeland peanuts. You can't get anything tangible. What if Prince Ayoko comes to my house with a package of groundnuts? That's what we call them here, peanuts. He comes over and he's like, look, I'm sorry. I spent all my money on Fatima this month. I'm gonna give you these groundnuts, okay? You know, spread them out, give some to our kids, and then you can have the rest. Is that not what you people are doing? Huh? Shout out to any single moms in the room. Okay, your baby daddy comes around and he's like, oh, I don't have any money this month. The kid needs food. The kid needs school fees. The kid needs school clothes, okay? The rent's due, the utilities. You're managing all that, and your baby daddy has nothing but excuses. Prince Ayoko brought me peanuts, and your baby daddy has excuses. That's how we're handling our homeland. That's how we're handling it. It's unbelievable. You know, today it rained all day here in Accra. And one of the issues every year here is flooding. You know, flooding in certain areas. From what I understand, areas that are low areas. Now, where I live in East Legon, it's kind of elevated a bit, so there's not too much flooding that occurs in this area. And I think to myself, wow, we have all these, you know, Ghanaian scholars out there in the West. We have all these architects and these city planners, and I mean, what's up? We know that this flooding happens every single year. And yet we're relying on the government to do it, to find some solution, and they haven't done it. They haven't done it in, you know, decades. They haven't sorted it out. When do we take any initiative regarding our own affairs? When? But we can work 50 times as hard in the West for the white man. Okay, we can spend our whole working lives working for other people's companies, huh? Only to have a social security check, just peanuts After 30 years, 35, 40 years of your life, that's what you get. Not a piece of land, not a business, nothing to show. Maybe even your family's in shambles, guys. I just got to call it out. And if you say, well, you know, Gina, I'm not in a position, then you shouldn't also be in a position of criticism. Huh? Why are you talking stuff about Ghana and you ain't got nothing going for Ghana? Huh? Why would you be an African migrant? You got people from the diaspora coming here to the continent, don't have any ties, don't have any family, struggling to get resources. They're coming here and doing something. This is your own homeland, and you don't have no stake in it. But you always on the criticism end. Huh? You always talking. You always posting. You always got some attitude. You ain't putting nothing in at all. You know, when I look at the numbers of our diaspora that's out in the world, and I think to myself, wow, we could really address a lot of things if there was any level of cohesion. But I realize that it's just as Eternal Blossom says, it's selfishness. It's selfishness, you know? And it's easier to complain than actually take action. Yes, it is. I know, because I'm out here with a handful of people that are serious about this transition back to the continent. I know. And it's so much easier just to sit back and watch the situation from a distance. So much easier. But really, you guys don't have bragging rights. And don't get mad when you see those of us that have become something here on the continent. Don't be mad. Because we were willing to put it in. Big shout out to Sweet Tea. I see you there. You know, we give maximum effort to the West. It's stupid. Okay? Places we're not welcome. Places we're not safe. Places we don't even have respect. We give everything that we have. Big shout outs to the African Superstar family. Click clap. Prince Ayoko, this is not I can't do a call-in show tonight. I'm sorry. This is a 30-minute show. No, African Superstar family, I'm not going to let y'all do that. Prince Ayoko want to come in here to talk. Not today. Tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. No, I just wanted to deliver this message kind of, you know, once again, as a call to action. You know, a lot of our people are spectating. And it's crazy. I see what's happening here. A lot of us see what's happening here. We need to be active people in the well-being of our homelands, okay? If we're sitting back and we're just letting whatever happens, then whatever happens is going to happen. It's very simple. You know, y'all want to sit back and let a handful of people try to trailblaze on this continent. Does it even make sense? Does it make sense? Don't you know that the collaborative power is what we need? Of course you know that. Of course you do. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I can rest my head at night knowing that the very things that I want to see in the future, I have personally invested myself in those things. I know that I have done everything that I can do physically in my power, okay, to dedicate myself to the continent and blah, blah, blah. I know that I have strategically placed myself here, you know, with the hopes of beginning a family or raising my family here. All these things I have strategically done. I can sleep peacefully at night. But you charlatans, you know, that's talking one way and doing something else, you know, investing yourself in nations that don't like you, don't respect you, you know, you enjoy a little bit of comfort as you play their bitch. Yeah, that's what it is. You know, while you have, you know, means or something that you can help impact your own homeland, you turn your back on that to do that, because you can't be two places at one time. You can't be two places at one time. So big shout out to the African Superstar family. I'll do a call-in show soon, Prince Ayoko. Sorry, not tonight. But very soon, okay? So I hope that this message was something, you know, for food for thought. You know, I really, really compelled those of you that care about the continent. You say you care. You need to align that with some movements. You need to align that with some movements if you're legit. Okay? Because if you're legit, you gotta have something. Your actions have to align with what you say. Nobody likes people that talk a good game that don't deliver. Nobody likes that. Okay? There's so many things I see here on the continent, and I'm thinking, wow, we could have fixed this a long time ago. You know, if we just put our heads together. And I mean, how difficult is it to change curriculums in school? How difficult is it to update an electrical system? How difficult is it to pour roads? You know, how difficult is it to elevate our culture, make it prominent all around the nation? You know, these are things that we can solve if we put our energy towards solving them as opposed to observing them and talking about them. You know, some of you guys are still dealing with racism every single day. That's not a part of my everyday reality. Why? Because I solved it. I said, oh yeah, well, if I got to live here in the West and racism is a part of my life, then I need to leave the West. Simple. People thought I was drastic, but guess what? You deal with racism on an everyday basis, and I don't. You see? But I use my effort towards the solution instead of, you know, the symptoms and the problem, talking about it over and over and over again. No, I wanted to solve it. I wanted to solve it. You know, y'all worried about mass shootings? Y'all worried about police brutality? I don't worry about that stuff every day. Huh? Y'all in the UK, you never get to see the sun? You just hope when you wake up in the morning it's not raining because you don't want to go to work in the rain? Yeah, solve that too. Put your efforts in. You want to see Ghana? I mean, well, Ghana is already, you know, progressing right now. But you want to see other nations move forward? I mean, sometimes I think about, I know Nigeria is going through a lot of complex things, but sometimes I see all these amazing, powerful, and brilliant Nigerians all around the world. And I think to myself, wow, you know, if even a fraction of them would converge that stuff in their homeland, they could begin to transform it. But instead, they want to live outside. They want to be outside, you know, and that is not contributing to their homeland. You know, and if a lot of us are honest, we don't like living abroad. You know, I've been told by many, many Africans, I miss home. I don't want to be outside, you know, but the way things are back home, well, guess what? The way things are back home is going to be the way they are unless we change it. Nobody's going to solve it but us. Not our leaders, not the white man, not the American Red Cross, not the UN, nobody. They don't have an interest. They don't have a stake. They don't care. If we don't care enough about our own issues and our own affairs, you know, and this is, you know, in short, this is why we are in many of the situations we're in, because we have been lax about solving our own problems. You know, we've been waiting and waiting for someone else to pick up the torch. We've been waiting for someone else to solve it. We've been waiting for a leader. We've been waiting for, you know, politicians and all this stuff, and nothing has solved it. And it's very simple. What will solve it? What will solve it is you and me and the actions that we take. But as we don't take actions, it's going to remain the same. And that's just the hard truth. So those of you that are abroad that are doing absolutely nothing regarding your homelands, zip it. Shut up. Shut up. Okay? You're taking your resources and investing it elsewhere. So you don't really have any grounds to talk about what's happening here. Because you have an option to be a part of the solution, but you're not taking it. Instead of you want to be master critic on social media. You want to hashtag it out and do these long posts. How about you get a plane ticket, come on down here, and find a cause and work on it. How about that? Oh, you don't want to do that. So big shout outs to the African Superstar family. What's up? WM West Africa 1980. I see you there. Big shout outs to everybody who came by and viewed this live stream. Please make sure you like it. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. You can also support this platform. The information is scrolling across the bottom. Head to the africansuperstar.com. I also offer consultations at africansuperstar@gmail.com. So until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.